Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. I sure hope everyone's week is going good. Hopefully the crazy warm spring clashing with some winter clouds is not messing up too many people. It's been thunder and lightning around here. I did get out and mowed the front lawn before it started pouring again. Do have some more yard work to do. Went to the gym a bit today. Same workout as Monday, so I'm going to be sore as hell tomorrow. I'm already sore as hell today from yesterday's leg workout. Week 3 of this 1 month muscle thing is really painful. Oh boy, if you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Mock, and here we like to roleplay. We also like to play through story-driven games, and do some random one-off palate cleanser type games in between it all. Tonight, as it has been the last couple of months, we are continuing some more Red Dead roleplay on the Hang 'em High RP server. This here is my character Rex. Rex is a man in his late 30s who's had a pretty difficult life. He was basically sold into slavery by his own father to a group that promotes fighting, blood fights and death matches and stuff, and was taken around the country to do all that, forced to fight or else he would never get any food. Recently, he escaped with the help of a hero who wears a green coat, and was basically thrown off a boat near Ansburg and swam to shore, woke up, and has been a free man ever since. We've been chasing down the bad man of that company named Amos, and probably someone under his employ named Casey, who's been doing a lot of the running around for Amos, getting posters printed up, spreading the posters around, getting everything prepped for moving people across to Mexico, to El Matadero, which is where the fights have been being held lately after the Saint Denis and Blackwater things didn't work too well when the boat crashed over in Thieves Landing. So we were kind of hot on their trail, but not so much. In more recent news, a couple of lawmen recently died, and so did a couple of gang members who were in pretty big shootouts with those law here and there. I was involved in a shootout with them and failed. It was the citizens' uprising, sick of it, and we failed. But it seems like the group is breaking up. There's still a couple of folks left. I did pop on at lunch and rode around for about an hour, getting Atlas a little bit more stamina, getting him used to Rex a little bit more. I looked around for a little bit of the signs from any remaining group members of that crim group, so we could tell law, but we didn't see anything fresh. Tonight might be a little slower. We'll see what happens. So yeah. Hey Fear, happy Thursday. How are you? My calves are so sore. My thighs are not as sore today, but my calves from yesterday's workout are sore. Tomorrow my shoulders and stuff will be sore from today's workout. You're tired? I got a little napsy in. You only got 5 hours of sleep? Got some wild horses right in the fucking promenade of Blackwater. Hi there, Mud Patch. So we're gonna run around a little bit today. We got some stuff to do. Got a couple quests in mind, and one of them may lead me to looking everywhere for the black market merchant. If out of character, we know Dorian's pretty much done, but we still need 4 sticks of boom to give to August, and we don't have those, so we're gonna have to look around for the black market merchant and make some money, because I think there were 50 monies at the time, and so we need 200 monies for that, and we're not quite close to that, so we might be doing some of that tonight. But I also want to go into the desert again, because my search was cut a little short last night by running into a man out there in a black mask. Now, out of character, I do believe it's Arlo's son, who supposedly is going to be getting a pardon with the marshals, but we have not confirmed that yet in character. I went back and watched my my VOD of Saturday, where the gunfight in Valentine happened, and this same person who was wearing the black bandana last night, who goes by Jason Smith, he was the one who I missed and whose horse ran into me, that same tan-colored horse. So the first person I shot at was Arlo. He fell off his horse, and I think I downed, as a mix of the first and second shot, I downed Baker, and he got dragged off by his horse. Arlo stood up, started exchanging fire with the marshal, while I was going for Liam, because I went down, and then I saw Arlo shooting with the marshal, and then Arlo went down. So I was a little bit mistaken about the gunfight, of who was whom. And so, yeah. Hey, Mir. Would I like dog pictures for the day, Fear? Absolutely. Absolutely. I actually had a dream about a dog grabbing onto my hand and shaking it today. I think it was because I was dozing, napping, and my right hand had fallen asleep. Meowdy. I think there's some wolves over there, so I do need to be careful. I saw them kind of in the background over there. Okay, Mud Patch, you stay here. Things still may be too dangerous for you to follow everywhere, okay? Once you get big, I take you everywhere, but for now, just in case. He likes his birds. High five, Mir. Happy Thursday. How you doing? Atlas? We do want to go change Atlas's hair. I think I want to do the mohawk for him. 2 wolves? I think I have the music just a teensy smidgen too loud. There we go. I missed him. It's kind of a long way here. Where was he? Right there? Doing all right. You walked around town and then played a bit of Red Dead Story. Very nice. Fingers crossed for a semi-chill stream tonight with no major bad news like last night. I went over to some of the Kelly's known stomping grounds at lunch today just to see if there were any scenes, and there were in one spot. So I'll be maybe letting the law know that there were still some remnants. So if they wanted to, if they think that Bobcat and Baker will go back to those spots, then maybe maybe they should keep an eye on at least one of them. But it was nice to see some scenes of the Kellys. It's a shame we didn't get them before when we were looking, you know, deeper for them. All right. So on the list, we've got Cages, we've got Casey, we've got Amos. We do have kind of a maybe little mini quest with if we can figure out if the guy out in the desert is Arlo's son or Baker. For Law and or Annalise. Doesn't matter to Rex. He knows Annalise wants revenge, but if they excuse me, if they somehow bring him in, then it'll be known either way, you know, is one of my thoughts. So I might go out there, try to find him and talk to him. It's gonna be tough, you know. It's gonna be like, I don't think there's a way to safely do it, you know. Maybe if he comes back into town again, there's an easier way to broach the subject with lots of people around. But if I go out there alone, I'm just looking for any critters roaming here while we head back into town. My voice seems just a little tired tonight. What's really funny is I don't think it was getting anywhere last night, so I don't know. Maybe maybe days and days and days of streaming. I don't know. Feeling just a little tired tonight. Enjoy the doggos. Thank you. Let me look. Oh, first one's a happy boy. Oh, and perfect pose for pictures. Hey, we know that crazy girl, don't we? Didn't you send pictures of her before? That is one big tongue on that black lab. A lot of cuties. You also posted her in the Discord before. That's probably where I saw her. Look at all those cuties. Thank you. It always brightens my day to see doggo pictures. How are we doing on food and stuffs? We've got 15 uncooked, 66 cooked, got plenty of water. How are we doing on ammo? Still over 30 on all of those, so I think we're good there. I think I've got like 60 in the bank right now. I was gonna say right near. The black lab is Henry. He's so damn obnoxious. And are we in the team speak? I always check before going into town. We are. You got a semi-cool thing at the local antique shop today? But you will take a better picture of them in the daylight tomorrow. Okay. Boy doesn't know anything. He's constantly overstimulated and he doesn't listen. Oh, yeah. Sounds like a lab pup. Yeah, we've got some deer up on the roof. Couple people in town, looks like. Working the job you work, you have developed a massive beef with labs. I like labs. Oh, hi there.
Zio, you better start eating all that chocolate I gave you. I spent a good, pretty penny on that. Yep, I did. Somebody else. You're gonna have to go fight. Yeah, I can't get.
How are things today?
So bad. So far.
Okay. I guess that's good.
Yeah. Ran into Mabel at the ranch. August's wife.
Okay. Maybe I get to meet her today.
She did say that she'd be back around later today, so very much a possibility. She's working at the ranch, actually.
That's what Anna say. She looking after the horse we save.
Yes.
Jimmy de Morgan. Okay, smells kind of bad in here, so... Lots of dead bodies. I'll be around town. I got some stuffs to do, but I see you all soon.
Right.
Zio is so mysterious, like we don't know much of anything about them. Nope, we don't. And some characters are like that. I've run into several like that in the past. Where it's just like they just like to chill and hang around and be in the moment, you know, without much else. I know that there's obviously some sort of depth there, but you know. Don't get me wrong, they're cute and they can be wonderful dogs, but they're highly common. No one knows how to train their dogs or realize what they're getting into with labs. Labs are working dogs. They are big and they are strong. A poorly trained or untrained lab can be a massive problem. So what would you suggest for a guy like me as he approaches retirement, wants to go out walking a lot, wants to have a nice medium-sized house dog to play with and to train good, and nothing too hard when it comes to grooming and stuff. So I'm open to. I'm open. I was thinking a lab, but I'm open. Francisco McCormick. I don't remember the new recruit's name. Levi. Looks like they're gearing up. I do have a little information for him if he wants it. Australian Shepherd. If you want a lab, get a girl, adopt an older girl. What activity level are you looking for? Semi-active, because I'm going to be going on doing stuff, so... I want to go on walking trails and stuff quite a bit with them.
Do whatever you want.
I don't know if that's a. You know what? That's.
How's it going, Rex?
Come on, Bates, let's go.
Hi there. I have information for you all if you want.
You?
Oh, she's married.
That's okay, Bates. Let's out to her.
Bates, go talk to her.
Bates,
No,
let's
she
out
just-
to her.
she was married.
Come on, Bates, come on, let's go, Bates.
Sheriff, come back!
Bates.
I
Come here.
go tell him.
Oh my god.
Oh, he
Rex, if you
going
want to,
gone.
You can tell me, Rex. What's going on, buddy?
You all looking for leftovers of bad group?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, their camp out in desert by fort. You know fort? Big fort on hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Mercer.
Yes.
Okay, kind of this side of it, east side of it, their camp with wagon and tent, and there was man there last night with black mask, tan horse. Don't know if I think could be Arlo's son or Baker. So, but that seems to be where he sleep. He came into town yesterday and gave we think fake name, Jason Smith. But he had mask on.
You said just to the east of the fort.
Up the hill, there's some burned trees nearby, but they're camp up there. And I kind of accidentally surprised him. I was looking for my stuffs and kind of saw him. And then he came into town for a little bit. Seemed like he trying to hide or something, so don't know which, but you never know.
I will let McCormick know and we will figure something out, alright?
Okay, yeah, so black hat, black mask, tan horse. I think he said was a, not gypsy, but other nice horse. I don't know. No, not Breton.
Not Breton.
Kind of bigger horse. I don't remember, but not Shire. I'm not good with all horse names, but
It's alright. Black cat, black mask, and horse.
seemed younger sounding.
That might be.
Did not have long hair. I hear from Snow Baker might have like hair like mine, shoulder, but or like yours, but
That may have been. Yeah.
but hair can be cut. So just thought I'd let you know.
I'm thirsty.
Also, I don't know about this one, but you know Big Yellow House by Vantown?
Yes, I do.
I kind of been keeping eye on and thought maybe they go back for stuffs. Did not see any fresh track, but there were some maybe Liam stuff, maybe Quail stuff there. So if
Alright, well, Liam and Quill are both dead.
I know, so what my thought
It's
is
been there for a while.
Yeah, they.
Left in a hurry.
leftovers may come back. It was my thought. So
Yeah, I get that. I will. It's alright. You know, Rex. I'll let the sheriff know if we figure something out, alright?
okay, be safe out there today.
Yep. Sure will. You too. Okay,
Thanks
Rex?
for the information, Rex.
Hmm.
Fucking yawning. Oh.
It's funny. I think his player is the one who's up on that hill. So. I think that's Mabel. So I guess we'll go introduce ourselves. Oh, hi there.
Howdy.
I like your green shirt.
Thank you. I like your green shirt.
Do you know that green shirt means hero?
No, I did not know that.
I'm not really hero, but I wear green shirt to try to eventually be hero, you know?
I understand.
So maybe weird to ask this, but are you Mabel?
I am in fact Mabel.
Oh, good. They said August wife Mabel in town, and I saw you and thought, don't know them, so thought I'd ask.
That is me.
You made it safely here. Good.
I have. Who are you?
Oh, my name is Rex.
Ah. I have heard about you. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, you too. Your husband August, very, very kind to me. Good friend.
I'm glad to hear that.
He's been teaching me to read and making me think hard and making my brain hurt, but also we keep each other safe. When bad people took him, I went for him, you know, and made sure we found him. And then he makes sure I don't go in cages and stuff. So we help each other.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for keeping him safe.
Wasn't around when it happened, so did what I could.
That's alright.
But good to see you. I was thinking was going to meet you soon, but he said you sleepy from trip, and so
Yeah, I took a couple days to get a bit of rest. It was a long journey over.
had to be sneaky. So good job. I hear you good at sneak.
Very good.
I good at sneak too. You wouldn't think it by how big I am, but I good at sneak. I win hide and seek game.
Oh, that's good to know. Maybe if we ever do a hide and seek game, me and you can partner up.
Oh, they never find us. I fall asleep in bushes waiting for them to find me. Dutch warm blood. Dang it, I couldn't remember. Thank you. Okay, good to meet. August around, or did not see note from him?
Not currently, not yet. He's not woken up yet. He's still
Oh,
sleeping.
okay. He gets you all set up with guns and horse and stuffs. He was putting together nice. Oh, I see it there. Nice shiny revolver right there. Okay.
Yeah, he gave me all the stuff that he had.
Okay, good. Other than that, I always happy to help. You need meat or anything? I have lots of meat. I have deer meat, bear meat.
No, I don't currently need anything right now, but it's good to know.
Okay, good. Oh, I hear you, how Jimmy Morgan doing? I hear you working on him.
I will be. I haven't gotten the chance to yet since I've been resting. But
Oh, okay. We save him from a man who run him to death almost.
yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, good.
I'm hoping that I can get some of this trust back into people.
I think he was close to death, and then August gave him water and cactus, and then we go get Anna, and then we get him back to ranch. So I think August saved life more than we did, but I'm not good, you know, with all the stuff besides give horse carrots and stuff. This is Sinopa, by the way, for those who know Sinopa. Okay, well, I do have chores. Well, I guess that's not right word. I just have things. So I may be in and out of town for a bit.
Alrighty. Well, if I see you around, I'll see you.
Keep eye out for a woman with black braid down back, and I don't know what man really looks like. So, but name Bobcat and name Baker. Bobcat sneaky, Baker I don't know much about him, but he did mean stuff to Snow, and I think they still out there. So just I guess keep eye out. I let Law know what I found yesterday. Maybe one of their hide spots. I don't know.
Appreciate the warning.
Okay. All right. Well, you. I'm sorry to be. Well, you know, not best with words and stuff. So it takes a little bit for people to get used to me, I think. So sorry if strange.
That's no problem.
Okay. Oh. Oh, hi there.
Howdy.
I see you met Mabel.
I saw a new person, green shirt, so I had to go talk. And then I said, maybe Mabel, and so I asked, and it was.
That's fair.
How's it going, August?
It's going all right. How about you, Chandler?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Keeping high spirits as much as we can.
Yeah, I understand
Here,
that.
August.
Trying to keep a good stock of rifle rounds because I feel like you guys at the law department keep buying me out.
Yeah, we'll probably buy you out for a while here, bud.
That's entirely fair. I'll
Buy you out.
try to keep as best stock as I can. So.
Rex, as socially awkward as you are.
No, thank you, man. It's been a lot to help.
I remembered horse. It was Dutch something. He said Dutch.
Warm blood?
Yes, I think that.
Okay, Italian Dutch warm blood. Black cat, black mask, short hair. Okay.
Matt, I don't know about hair. It was all covered.
It was all covered? Alright. When Chef gets back, I'll let him know. Don't worry, Rex.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, bud.
Well, what are we all up to today?
I got a special request if you can make it, August.
Possibly. What do you have?
Oh, Lord.
I want a Gatling gun I can mount to my saddle. Like the horn on the saddle?
Let me see what I can do.
Mate,
You need big
on a
wagon
second.
for gat gun. You can't put on horse. We'll kill horse.
Think about it. If we made a smaller one that could fit on the horn of a saddle, right? And it fired like revolver rounds.
I mean, here's the thing, Rex. If the horse can handle my weight, I'm pretty sure it can handle a Gatling gun.
But then it would only shoot to either side, because then you'll just hit the horse in the head.
So
Well,
you tell the horse to duck.
I think the pirates of old times were onto something about only shooting to the sides.
That is true.
You seen real gat gun before? They big and heavy.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna see if I can get a smaller one to mount on the horn of my saddle.
But that just pistol, isn't it?
Yeah, but a pistol that will fire as fast as I turn that little mechanism.
I do have a Gatling gun.
Wait, you do?
I do.
How much?
Yeah.
I'll have to get it up and running again. I think fixing it onto a wagon would be a better option than a saddle, but
Mates, I think we have a perfect gift for Orc there.
Yeah, no shit.
if you want to come take a look at the Gatling gun.
Hell yeah.
Please.
10,000 monies. I think they're going to kill horses.
Most likely. Or just each other.
I don't, I know I'm not smart man, but I don't know how much brains with those two.
Not much.
Okay. I keep that quiet then, but I guess I'm right.
I don't even know their names.
Big one, Levi. Other one, not too good with names. Need to know several times before remember. Chandler? Chandler, I think. But they lost, so...
Well, y'all have some interesting law around here, that's for sure.
So, while you over there, you hear about them fight nights there at El Matadero? Slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Just missed one few days ago. Mad at self for missing crossing. They cross over secret and do blood fight and kill fight and stuff, and people secret over here cross over, and I slept through it.
Yeah, I definitely gotta be careful with those, though.
Well, we might be close to buying a pretty big chunk of property.
How much money you sell Gat gun for?
I've not put a price tag on it, but they pretty much gave me a blank check.
What's that mean?
Basically means just tell them how much and they'll pay it, no question.
Oh, you think
I just-
government pay?
Possibly. If it's a government contract, I'll take it all day. I just told them to make sure all the paperwork's in order and everything's legal, and then I will begin the process of it.
What's other man's name? Chandler?
Chandler, yes.
Okay, was trying to remember.
But yeah, the other thing I would like to do in the coming days is possibly getting people together to start cleaning up all of Tall Trees. I know you want to get your get the cages and whatnot dismantled and blown up, which we have to find somebody for that. Then
Maybe that's first thing I do today. Go looking.
yeah, we could go take a look for it. That's not a problem. Mabel, what are you up to today?
Not much.
You need. I know you didn't
Excuse
have
me.
the money for the tack. Do you need me to spot you some cash so you can get some tack for your horse?
No, I got it all.
Oh, okay. You need a ride back out to the ranch then?
No, she's here.
Oh, okay. I just don't want you to be stranded because, no, you know, I just kind of gave you all your guns to be used as clubs. I neglected giving you any ammo for anything. Didn't give you a knife and didn't give you any food when you came back. So.
Smart.
I do have to do horse stuff first too if we go looking. But yes, four cage cart left. Let me check. I drew picture. Let me check.
With the green shirts, you both look like you work at Layla's saloon here. Match the storefront.
Well, I think
Very fashion, right? Rex?
Oh yes, green very fashion. I tell her green mean hero, so still working on being hero, but I wear this because man with green coat saved me from big boat stuffs. Okay, four cart thingies left. I haven't seen Dorian in days, so I guess we got to move forward ourselves.
Yeah, I assume so. It's not a big thing. I'm sure we can come up with where that gentleman is. Then possibly and get everything situated, and we can plan to possibly do it tomorrow. Mabel could even join us along.
Hmm. Okay, I go do horse stuff, then we go look, or whatever's.
Okay. Do you just need to get some new tack or something on your horse, or?
No, he got hair and eyes, I think, so I might have man maybe make shorter. He got some fire in him, I think.
I know of somebody that could possibly trim up a mane. Do you want?
Up to you.
I mean, Mabel here works at Annalise's ranch,
I know.
so she could trim it up if you want.
Up to you, but hair and face, so I think it was going to get short. Keeps tossing head around, you know. I think he wants to keep looking and seeing where we go and seeing wolves, look for wolves for me. Lots of wolves around my camp at night. I don't know why.
Well, Mabel, do you want to ride out to the stable and trim up a mane?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, let me take a ride out to Annalise's ranch then.
Okay. They want all the meat I have. That's a really good point. I probably didn't cure the skins and furs. They're probably just fucking dried out, dried blood.
Tiny compared to tea leaf.
Oh, you have shiny horse.
Shiny.
What was her name again?
Good question.
Oh, you have not named. Okay.
Well,
This-
Annalise named her.
This here Atlas. He hold up world because I so big, you know.
You are
Like
his
story.
world.
First horse named Horse kind of looked like this, but skinny and not reddish. He more brown than red. This one more red.
I do like her red.
Maybe I should get red shirt to match him. I do like green though.
Well, red and green go together.
Do either of you know if the stop at the bridge and fire a shot is still the way to come onto the ranch or no?
I think you just go on now.
I would imagine so, though, with two Kellys still roaming about. I just wasn't sure.
Good point. Did I tell you last night I found maybe one... Whose horse is that? Looks like a splotch of paint all over. Maybe someone hunt? Maybe ran out of town. Not too far.
Yeah, just looking for some fresh berries.
Okay. It's Chandler's horse? But I told Law about fake man Jason who wear mask and where he is out in desert there. So maybe if they can figure out if Arlo's son or this Baker person or not, that way I don't have to worry about.
Well, if it's Arlo's son, was he not pardoned? I think that's what you told
That's what
me.
word is, yeah. So, but if he hiding out there, maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah, that's true. Would it be on the law to inform him or even Arlo? I'm not sure where Arlo might have gone.
Dink heard Marshall say he still has to. Yeah, what did he say? He said, we appreciate help, but still need to, you know, do time or something, so.
Oh, the deal kind of saying, okay, you help us, I'll make sure that you're not hung or put to death.
Maybe something like that, I don't know. I was only catching bits, you know. I try listen, but, you know, they tell us stay away as they walk Liam to go shoot.
I guess just leave a little bit of trust in the marshals and the law and hope that they've made a proper decision.
Well, either way, I don't think Liam would have come in without help, maybe. They might not have found him out there, I don't know. Though I did go out there and saw lots of blood and stuff, and he probably wasn't doing good anyway.
Well, as far as I'm aware, you put at least one barrel of 12 gauge into Liam's gut, so I imagine there would be blood, at least on his part. All of them were pretty roughed up after Valentine.
Was wearing cloth, not leather. When I got shot with shotgun, I was wearing leather, so was able to take a lot of the what are little bullets called?
Pellets.
Pellets. Oh, I see snow wagon.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure I saw snow and Zio leaving.
Look on the roofs. It's usually where they are.
I'm gonna go see if I can find snow. I'll let you talk with Mabel about getting Atlas's main cut.
Hello.
I found snow.
Hi.
Oh, hi
How
there.
are you today?
Alright. Yes.
So I think just trim from eyes and stuff. Maybe I saw a horse with spiky hair on back. I thought that would look good on him. What do you think?
I think that would look nice.
Okay. Are we gonna? I can bring him in there and we can do the, then we can do the actual change. Do I have cash for it? Shit. I got $12. I can do 2 changes. I think it's $5 each. Look at the thickness of his legs compared to to Snow's Turkoman over there. I like Turkomans though. They're a good horse. He's a chunky boy. He needs to be to carry Rex around. I mean, they weren't kidding. Annalise goes all out when it comes. I thought I was eventually going to just get a Shire in the end, you know, but she trains Breton, so it made sense. I don't know if she's getting tools or what the best way to do this is. I don't know. Do you have to retrain if you give them, like, if you hand them over, or? I think it might just be a bunch of me's, and I'll just hold them, and then I'll go change it real quick, you know. Look at all these fucking mosquitoes and shit around here. What the hell, game? Look at them all. You want me hold him so he not ornery? Kind of young still.
Let's move him away from the other horses and maybe go into the ring.
Okay. Come on, Atlas.
Either do it right here and put him into one of the stalls and hold him. Up to you.
Just don't want him kick you, so whatever you think is best.
You can hold on to that if you think he's gonna be a little fidgety. That's all right.
Okay, I stay here. I have carrots ready here in pocket.
All right, perfect.
It's okay, Atlas. She gonna make so you can see betters. Starts brushing through the forelock. I love chill RP like this, where everyone really gets into their character, and now we get to see, you know, Mabel's skills with horses and stuff, and don't get grumpy. It's okay. Two months later, Nopa makes it on the server, everybody. Woohoo! I just realized it's the 27th, and that's when we started, January 27th. It's been 2 full months. Stream 47. We've been playing this server like crazy. I've really been enjoying it here. Just in general, you know, I would say there's been so many more positives than negatives, and I still attest to the fact that I got real lucky that I started my
Are you thinking about that length? Shorter? Longer?
short like that so he can see. Because right now, if I would have started right now up in Ansburg, nobody would be there. And I wouldn't see anybody probably till all the way out here. It would just be me searching along the shore without seeing anybody for 2 weeks. Begins clipping with the scissors slow and steady. I think he feels safe here. Just where he grew up, you know.
So definitely be like his first home. Let's do the name.
Okay. You be good, Atlas. You haven't kicked anyone yet. Let's not start. Well, he's kicked a few wolves and a couple deer. And it's good that our like ball story kind of ended when we were getting close to Blackwater, because when everyone kind of moved over here, the city folk all moved over here. It was a good into that chapter, you know. Starts cutting from the top, keeping it even as she goes down Atlas's neck. Very nice. Yeah, I think with Dorian gone and hasn't been around for several days, we probably need to go find the black market merchant ourselves and get those sticks of boom. August is thinking about doing some actual more cleanup of the camps. I just wanted to get rid of the cages, but he wants to do some actual cleanup. Continues down. I think before they add a... Mm-hmm.
No, just everyone watching.
You win element now. I don't think Rex would know that word, but he knows some words. Sure, he heard it somewhere.
You know, Maggie might actually like Atlas. She mentioned to me the other day that
Brushes off the loose hair.
she enjoys horses that have those tufts of fur around their ankles. She seems to be a little bit more partial towards the larger drafts, like Shires, obviously, being from Scotland.
The feet fur are pretty cute. Yeah. I don't know if we can change that.
We're doing so well. We're almost done.
Clips the final few sections. We'll see here in a couple minutes when I actually change a couple of things.
That might be all of it.
Oh, you fashion, Atlas. Thank you.
You can always let me know if it starts growing in his eyes again.
Okay. Give me one moment. Because I really am going to adjust it.
Where to?
Thinking about going out to San Denis. Just look for that demon that sunset high might stall.
I know that.
Yeah, I'll come with.
I don't know how much more you got.
It's got to be the red, right?
How much more energy you got to run around, but
I'll try to push another hour. That's how long I'll give it.
that's being a good sport.
Is it the red at the base and black on top? Yeah, because it was kind of hidden under there until she said it, right? Or is it the red at the... Nah, it's got to be the red at the base with the black on top. Okay, we're buying it.
All eyes
Okay.
on yours.
Now we do tails real quick. Want to do the long one.
So I'm trying to think where this gentleman might end up being,
One of the mini long ones.
but there was a spot that we knew of in Saint Denis. I don't think he's back there. Then he was in Tall Trees while the Skinners were about. Obviously, like any intelligent human being, he was.
There we go. There it is. Mustache? Yeah, I'm not going to do mustache.
He might end up being. I think Rex said that he's scoured all over New Austin, and I'm not sure if going out to New Austin is. I don't think it's extremely dangerous,
Oh, it did change. Look at the hoofs. They're darker, aren't they?
depending on how many people.
No, those are the same. Never mind. Okay, so those are the same. His head does look a little bare now, but that's fine. He got a haircut. It's fine.
He did a good job on his mane.
Look, there's some red under there too. It was hiding under black.
Hey, handsome boy.
He kind of looked like me. Short hair after Skinner or Arrow burnt my hair and had to get cut.
Yeah, that was the whole. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
But yes, I haven't looked too at all spots in desert, but I don't think he would go out there, do you? I think maybe back somewhere east.
Well, Mabel here is gonna push through for another hour, so going out back into the west would be probably a little bit better in terms of being closer to where she lays her head. So if we wanted to go out west, there are 4 of us to make an adventure, so we should be decently safe.
Okay. Did not see at Fort, Twin Place, Goat Ranch. There's broken stable with cellar, not there.
What about the 2 little buildings kind of northwest of Armadillo, Twin Rocks?
Not there.
Seems like you've covered most of the obvious places. We can go back out east. We don't necessarily have to go all the way out to like Saint Denis or anything. We could go look around in the Heartlands and up in Cumberland and stuff like that.
Up to you.
We'll make a stop in Tall Trees to see if he's back at those cabins as well, just in case he feels comfortable being back there without the Skinners around.
Okay.
Alright, well, we'll mount up and go.
Tio, you want to come with us?
Then we'll let it grow out a little bit, get the shorter one. But for now, I like the trim haircut as we ride him around. He's young, you know. I really like the mohawk on the younger ones. It just looks a little small on this big old chonker boy. It definitely looks like, oops, we got a snake. No, it's like, oops, we got a little bit of a shorter haircut for the summer than we thought, but it's fine.
That is why this guy's name is Tea Leaf. Because when Annalise introduced me to him when he was just a little thing, I heard Tea Leaf, not Death Leaf, I think. It's like, so we're gonna call him Tea Leaf.
Yeah, she told me what it means, but
Oh, look at that.
I was just tired.
That black and red goes really good with his red.
Give her a different name or something that sounds next to it. CO might be accompanying us as well. Those we might be able to find some sticks of boom. We can get tall trees all dolled up.
Bad cat. He did not get him, I don't think.
They're leaving. We're alright. Nope, I lied.
I
They
figured
did
like
not stand a single chance.
I think with like 4 of us pointing guns at it.
Alright. This first stop would be tall trees. Better pick that up. And if anybody has any sort of pelts or if anybody has any pelts or anything to sell, we can stop by Manzanita while we're there.
I noticed that the train stopped running. We used to hear it all the time out here. The one that went in circles right here. In fact, I don't think I've seen the one in Saint Denis too much lately either. I figured with 4 or 5 of us out here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that something would spawn, but anyway. I need to ride around as much as possible on Atlas anyway to get his health and stamina up. I think he's at level 3 of 10 right now, so if we have to sprint, I won't be able to go as far as everybody else who has fully trained.
We'll take a slow walk up there. There might be a grizzly and a cougar up there. Yeah, these little rundown cabins. Don't hear anything angry.
Yet.
Yes, yeah. Theo's pretty much all the way up, so I think we're all right. Sure, we would have made something mad by now. Oh, he does not seem to have moved back in.
Okay, at least we check.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we'll venture out towards the Heartlands and the like.
I don't think there's any flow to where they put him because he was in the middle of the city and then he was out here, so. I also wonder if the law maybe has confiscated some so we don't have to. If we are unlucky, maybe I can broach the conversation as part of the cleanup for tall trees.
Might be able to get out there before nightfall. Alright, we'll continue on past Manzanita, so if you have any skins, we'll make a quick stop, sell your skins.
Alright.
That little cardinal crashed into Atlas here. Dogs must be inside.
Or it's raining and they hide under the fort.
It just rolled right in, yeah. We'll see what happens. You wonder if it's just a random pool of spawns? I think it's intentionally placed. They knew that, for example, they knew that event was coming up for the Skinner stuff, and so they placed him there last time. I'm pretty sure that the devs pick specific spots to move them to. He's got his long coat on. Green. When you get that green coat?
I've had this since I got into the state, Rex.
You've not been on any big rivers, have you? Saving people and not telling me?
Nope, can't say I have. Well,
Okay.
once, not long ago. I was on a river in Prescott. Not entirely sure exactly why I decided to, but I did. Makes me question it every single day. Wouldn't expect anything different. Gonna take a left up here.
I ain't afraid of no cougar.
Still think it's an alright time of day. I don't think I have to worry about wolves. I say something and we'll run across a pack of like 8. Like my luck.
You think maybe in Big Purple Valley up here? Lots of houses and stuff.
Possibly, if you wanted to go check there first.
I'm up to you. I just was thinking since we close.
Yeah, we can. Mabel,
Yeah,
have you
try.
been out to the Bohannon's branch? Was it Whispering Valley? We'll show you to it. In the event that you want to get yourself a roadster,
Is August the green-coated hero?
you need to talk to
Don't know.
Mr. Bohannon himself,
We asked. We don't know.
John.
We have no idea. He said he's had it for a while. Only person he's rescued on a river recently is his wife. You're dead tired. I think I saw you got to Alabama. You're getting close. Getting close to making it back home. And get there tomorrow, huh, you think? I bet you're tired. Driving for days is so exhausting. You think, oh, I'm just sitting in the car all day, but it's always so much more than that. You gotta deal with idiots, and also sitting is very fatiguing. You're in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia. I guess Atlas didn't see the bear like Tea Leaf up there did. Last time I was in Atlanta, I got COVID. No, wait, that was South Carolina. Never mind. We chose to go to South Carolina instead of Atlanta, but I got COVID anyway. Because, you know, just my fucking luck. After 4 years, it was last year. Last year, right around this time, actually. It was a work thing. And they're like, yeah, let's all get together. Okay. That was not really a fun week, but luckily I was immunized 3 times over, so it was just like a really heavy cold. But I was so annoyed because I was like, I went 4 years without it. 5 years, I guess. Well, 4 years, yeah. Anyway. Lots of camps and stuffs around here, but it's tough to search everywhere. I know from experience. Maybe we just look at buildings and not camp to start,
Yeah.
you know?
It's the easy stuff, just go more the obvious kinds of areas.
What, snake? Atlas did not seem to mind. He goes, I go smash snake now.
I'll go step on it.
You never got COVID despite working through the whole pandemic? Yeah, retail through the whole pandemic. I'm shocked. Yeah, I was extremely careful, and, you know, even when my parents came over for visits, I was like, let's mask up. I don't want to get you all sick, and... Yeah, apparently my horse doesn't care too much about snakes today. Like, I see August and everybody else freaking out, but, but Atlas is doing pretty good. Don't see anyone around.
I know they put up a poster for their ranch not too terribly long ago, but I think they have a little bit of a... They start their day a little earlier than most.
What you think, August? Should we go up into bear country? Or should we just leave those for later? I think 2 houses up here. You know one, and, well, I know other, but...
You could always check this Hanging Dog Ranch. We could go back to the one far up the creek to the north.
House over here, too. I go check over here. God, I love Big Valley. Y'all, look how beautiful. I fucking love Big Valley so much. Do I hear a bear? Don't hear them shooting. Anybody in this place? This is, in the game, is where a surprise bear attack occurs. But this is the herbalist, or no, it's the bug collector person. You wore mask, gloves, had hand sanitizers at all time. Whenever you got home, you took a shower and washed your work clothes. I was so obsessed with not getting anybody sick, including myself, that I was like wiping down my groceries and stuff. Because you never know, right? This area brings back memories. Yeah, you totally forgot about the surprise bear. You walked in there earlier in the story, jumped out of your seat. Yeah, that one's a nice scary one. Kind of chilly up here. The last 2 times I was here it was completely empty, but you never know. Guessing not. Their house with kind of up on hill where bears are, not that way, but over toward that way. Last time I was there was empty. I think they had goat and mule or something out there.
I could always take a look at that, then be up into Cumberland.
Small station? I don't think they would go out of a station, though. A train place? Probably
No, I don't
not.
think so. I swear if the rain's about to roll back in. Alright. That answers my question.
Let me see if I can find this house on hill. We'll see if we run into a couple bears. I think last time I was here there were 2 bears, weren't there? That might have been off stream. I'm trying to remember. It might have been off stream. I might have been testing out the gun though too, looking for bears. I think that's what it was. I was testing out the Carcano looking for bears off stream. Anybody in this place?
I don't know if I want to go in there, Rex.
That door just fucking opened.
No, just watch that door open up. I really...
Scared to go in.
Well, the door just opened outward on its own.
Come on.
Anybody in here?
We asked if anyone was in
Yeah, and the door opened up
on its own.
Yeah, it's
Was not too keen on that.
I go check their basement back here. Oh, August, there are gun parts down here. There are gun parts down there. Maybe you have a friend in here. Looks empty.
They were trying to reload a lot of stuff.
Don't you do it, goat. Yeah, that door totally opened on its own.
Alright. Rex, I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Like, you watched it open on its own as well?
Must have been wind. Or bad dream. We all awake right now?
I believe so.
Okay. I did not get dream catch yet, so I don't know. Sometimes blend together. Bad dreams and real life blend together sometimes. Go peacefully eating? Do what? That fucking thing always charges at you. Usually.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those days where it's nothing but just lightning storms.
Feels like it, dude. Some days we have that. Always, usually. Yeah, you're right. I exaggerate, but I've experienced it before, so you know. Don't fucking do it, goat. I'll take your meat if you do that shit to me. Should probably make dinner soon. Yeah, I had some leftover ground beef with taco seasoning and a couple eggs. It was really yummy. All right, going through the trees, y'all. That means I'm gonna crash. I'm on a Breton. I took it carefully. Yeah, you don't do it either, fucking elk. I've had animals of all sorts charge me in this game if I've gotten too close. Pigs, elk, deer, moose, goats. I've had muskrats, raccoons, and other shit bite my ankles. So even the non-dangerous animals are dangerous at times. I think all this riding good for Atlas legs. Got to get him good, you know, big, long, strong legs.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why, you know, just get everybody out that has some fresh legs on horses. Atlas just stepped on that. Whatever that was.
I think some sort of small bird.
Tea Leaf seems to be getting to a bit of a plateau, almost like he's as good as he'll ever be.
Yeah, I noticed that he has the large Mustang. I think it's a Red M quirk, not an actual Mustang. It's listed as a Mustang, but it's actually visibly larger than the other Mustangs. And I think Mabel has the normal size Mustangs. Probably not farmhouse over here.
No, I feel like I've heard through the grapevine that someone's going to be taking up residence there, starting a small ranch for livestock and crops. I sure hope not that gentleman. Hope that gentleman wouldn't.
Elk peacefully frolicking. Do what? You got salmon and a potato thing? Very nice. You had a goat when you were younger on your dad's farm, and its name was Lawnmower. Hell yeah. Was just up at that place that you and I went, August, to track up in hills. Not there. But I know there's lots of other little houses around if we're going up that way. Or are we coming out here to Heartland? Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to the Heartlands. I've spent enough time up in Cumberland as of recent, so. Another place, you might be making friends with the folks over at Butcher Creek.
That was actually first thought when he moved out of city. I said, oh, he probably over there with them bad people in the creek. They did not like when we ran through with Chris on horse. They shot at us and stuff. But Chris had just fallen in a mine, so had to. Chris always falling. You all know if Chris okay? Did he fall to his death or something last couple days?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Hope he okay. Actually, his house out here. Maybe we go by check.
Certainly could if you felt like it.
Worry about him. He always hurt himself. Dude, the breathing. I'll get used to it, but man, it's so much louder than all the other horses in this game. But yes, lawnmower is the perfect name for a goat. Okay, I run over to Chris' house real quick. I catch up. Chris, you around? He did say I could go in anytime I wanted to. I was just gonna see if he had, like, Chris is sleeping sick on the bed or something. I think out of character he's sick. Alright, which way did they go? Oh, there is a house over here. I don't know if in character they know about it, but I do. You know, they're really weird house over here on water behind rock. We should maybe look there.
It's an old church where some people all drank poison or something and died together. So it's a bunch of skeletons over here.
I came in over here at night one time. I was wondering what happened.
I was just kind of judging from everything that I saw. The empty bottles of poison.
One server I was on had the drug combiner here. Like you went and like picked poppies or something like that, and then you came here to combine all the drugs. It was really creepy going in there and combining drugs with all the fucking dead people.
Oh, hello. You don't look dead to me.
Did we find it?
How are we doing today, fella?
Oh, good. You found him.
Certainly did.
Location.
Why you pick here? Lots of you just hide among dead people? Oh man, $50 still. What's this? Poppy seed for farming. 50 monies. I got to hunt more. Dang. What's 50 monies times 4?
200.
200 monies. Maybe I will sell gun to August. Found it. It's actually a pretty centralized spot for him. Okay, search easier than I thought.
Yeah, if he wasn't here, it would have been Butcher Creek, and then I would have really started struggling for ideas. Try not to lose it.
I like Snow without his badge because he just, you know, wanders and keeps to himself, and I don't have to ask him, is your badge on, when we're doing stuff that we're not supposed to do, and...
Go.
Filthy.
Okay.
God, look at this horse. Even in the different light, he looks amazing and strong. It's so perfect.
I guess
You're gonna make me fall in love with Bretons.
all's fair in a days of work, I guess. So we'll head back to Blackwater.
Did what we needed, though. We got information we needed. Now I save up some monies and then buy stuff so you can do the thing.
And hopefully he doesn't move off before you get the money.
I just realized my neck piece wasn't on. There we go. All better. Kind of nice through here. Yeah, I think Nopa has work or something tomorrow, so she can't stay up too late. She's East Coast. So we'll get her back to Blackwater. We've only been out like a half hour, 40 minutes, so it's perfect timing that we found them.
Got a pair of riders here.
Law. We should go. Give us all your monies. Because we're like a big posse right now. Health level 4. Health and stamina level 4.
It's very bright.
See the road.
Yep, I can tell.
Road this way? Guess so.
No, actually, I don't think so. I think you're on.
Oh,
no,
wrong
you
road.
go- Yep, you go this way. I hope that those two people that are doubled up riding somewhere don't think that we were following after them.
I think I saw Levi hat, so it might be Law. Then again, it was a tan horse, y'all. Just saying. Can't hear you, I'm being blinded by the sun.
I really try not to worry about what the log gets up to most times.
Looks like they meet somebody else coming this way. Man, we're all... The entire server's just running into each other over here.
That looks like McCormick's horse. If not somebody else on a white horse.
Might have been, Vinny?
Oh yeah, Vinny
Saw-
does have a...
Saw kind of a cap like he was wearing.
Oh, hey there, y'all.
Oh, hi there.
Alright.
Hey, I'm sorry about that. Y'all, we've seen a bunch of horses, that's all.
Oh, you're alright.
No, just riding, stretching horses, new horses' legs, you know. Got to get them all good in, what's it called? With the breath and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Stamina?
That one.
Endurance?
Yes. So they
Yeah,
can
I
run
get that.
farther and longer.
Yep. Well, y'all take care, okay? And be safe.
You too.
You as well. Huh, interesting that they're doubled up like that, but who am I to, again, question what law does and why they do it?
Oh, and another person.
Hello?
Hi there. Oh, wait, that's Vinny. Who was on the whiter horse?
Like Mabel's horse, but that definitely didn't look like a female
I think that was Vinny. So who was other person?
There's no telling. I don't.
Lots of people in Heartland today.
It seems like it.
We're not even the majority of them. We're just half of the people that we found in Heartlands today. So I guess it is kind of a main thoroughfare. A lot of people traveling to and fro there. So.
The black market merchant is setting up with the fucking cult death house. That's hilarious to me. It is pretty secluded over there, though. I'm glad we found it. It was I was agreeing with him. It was either going to be there or probably Butcher Creek, or maybe somewhere sneaky in Van Horn. You know, there's only so many places that the devs would put someone like that and stay centralized, because they want players to find them. They want players to find it, and they don't want to go out to, you know, out in the snow past the fucking frozen lake out there, or whatever, like some servers do. You see those rocks over there on beach? That's where Fred Marcel find Ball.
That's good.
Floated all the way down there from ship. I
Well, I wonder whatever happened to him.
haven't seen him in a long time.
I should ask Mabel about him. I mean, I honestly thought that those two were a thing anyway. Judging on introductions and how they were having numerous private conversations together.
I do know that he had family in New Mexico, and they were dealing with cattle rustle.
I remember him telling me about that.
He was sending lots of money home and then to hire people, but maybe he had to go back. I say bring family here because, well, that time was safer here. That was before other stuff, but...
I'd say it's a little bit safer than it was in recent days now, though. But it's fine.
We need 200 monies, y'all, and we've got like 60. It's either a lot of hunting or a lot of mining, and I know August needs mining equipment, or needs iron and
You know,
stuff.
Rex, this little spot isn't too terribly far away from where you camped out. It looks like a nice little fixer-upper if you actually want to have a roof over your head.
Don't think I can sleep in houses.
That's fair.
Though, other night when we were in that place with comfy bed, apparently I slept good.
I'm glad for that.
He still didn't. I was like, did we lose somebody? And I saw snow peeking through the mist there. Alright, we got them all. August and his posse. August and his posse. Oh! Oh, there goes the fog. Need to cut this tree or something, always in way.
evening, and he was gonna have to wait.
How you do tonight, McCormack?
I am doing all right, I think, for the most part.
Did Levi pass message about desert information to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did. I gotta
Good.
get approval from the marshal to go out there, but as soon as I do, I'll be able to take a look.
I told him don't know if Arlo's son or Baker. I'm sure you all can figure out, but I think probably one of them.
If he didn't start shooting, it's probably not Baker.
Don't know. Black mask on face, dark hat. He come into town a little later, called himself Jason Smith, but everyone says that probably fake name, so...
It sounded kind of like a bullshit name. Alright.
Sounded younger, too, like, kind of, you know how they talk in city, kind of, short and, words that maybe don't make sense to someone like me, kind of like that.
Was he southern?
No, was like, he said thing like, yeah, man, and stuff like that, you know, kind of like city talk that I don't know. Modern? Is that better word?
Yeah, I get you. I'll have to ask Arlo. He knows more about the gang. No.
Tan Dutch horse.
That's... When Arlo's awake, I'll ask him.
Okay. Other thing, don't know what they told you. Yellow House up in Vantown has some leftovers of them, like hats and coat and stuff. So I don't know if other gang go up there at some point to. I don't know. They leave stuff behind or whatever. So
Strange.
did not see any new hoof prints or boot prints, but it was pretty rainy and muddy when I got there. I tried to
Good night,
cover
Rex.
my tracks, but okay, sleep well. Thank you, August.
I gotta apologize.
I guess they're going to bed. All right, let's go check our monies. Oh, sorry. I wait my
no, Rob.
turn.
That-
Sorry about that, Rex.
Where's Potato? Potato, what in the hell are you doing? No, Potato.
Yeah. I'm so broke, y'all. I used to have so much money,
Have some money in the bank.
and then I've just been spending it like crazy, so I'm just broke.
You'll put her.
All right, 200 monies. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, if he can confirm with Arlo, then I'm guessing Arlo's in the jail then if he says Arlo's not awake. So Arlo's probably serving time in the jail. And that'll mean he'll be able to interview Arlo, ask about the horse and stuff, and confirm if that's Arlo's son. Then they can go out there and round him up for his pardon. He probably doesn't even know he has a pardon. And then that'll nip that little thing in the bud, you know, that little baby side quest. Not even a full side quest. That was just a baby side quest. Gonna be a lot of hunting. I've got other hunting to do too. I have Casey hunting to do.
I still need to get a blood in. Oh, and I gotta pay for my horse.
I think 200 is pretty achievable in the next couple of days. I may even have it by tomorrow. We just got to be careful around the law talking about it. I know Snow is no longer law, but he was pretty allegedly mum's the word type stuff too, so it should be okay. And Chris already was out there with us, and he was law. He was part of the pact of like not talking about this shit. But I think August, Mabel, and I could go and do it pretty easily, since Dorian's not here. Desert fixed question mark, because I still don't know if it's actually fixed. That was a little laggy of the horses and everything spawning in. Okay, so hello horse, what's going on? That was weird. Let me make sure the game still thinks he's my horse. He wasn't moving forward. Check your horseshoes. Okay, he's yellow on the mini-map, so 70%. Perfect. We got tons of time. Since August and Mabel went to bed, oh, someone's gonna get banned. Since August and Mabel went to bed, we'll go ahead and just head out to the desert while it's a little dark and do a little personal quest stuff. And then we'll come back and hunt and do some monies. Well, we can do it while we're out there as well. Fear stabbed them. Yeah. Yeah, so I think tonight is kind of more like the calm after the storm, you know? It's feeling that way a little bit. It's good though. That horse is still out there. Oh, I guess we should have said anybody missing what looks like a painted horse? Or is it the calm before the storm? Womp, womp, womp. I'm glad we didn't go scouring the desert for the black market merchant. Oh, my calf just... Ow! Oh, man. I just had a Charlie horse in my calf. Ah, that hurt. My calves are really sore from yesterday's leg workout. Last week's was hard as well, but this week hit even harder, at least the calves. Thighs aren't as bad this week, but the calves are. Holy crap, that hurt. We're alright. We're alright. I've been taking electrolytes every day since last week. I think it was last Friday when I had a little scary moment there on stream. I do need to buy some more. I found a couple of my favorite flavors with Element, LMNT, but they're so fucking expensive. I maybe need to find some other powdered electrolytes that are cheaper. But the citrus flavor is really good, and they have a mango chili, which I'm afraid to try. But they also had like fake hot cocoa ones, which just fucking tasted like salt in my hot water. Nope. I'm so glad you're on the server. It only took us 2 months to get you here, but I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for the RP and the horse RP today. I've been wanting the last since I got Atlas yesterday. I've been wanting to trim his hair. He does look a little like you know, those high and tight military folks who just got into the military are like, oop, I didn't realize what I'm getting into, but it does look a little bit short on him, but it's fine. I'll just, you know, grow it out over time. That's kind of what I did with Horse as well, as I grew his hair out over time. I'm glad we found the black market merchant so quickly tonight, too. I was like, man, there's so many places it could be, but where should it be, you know? He's just chilling out with the people in the fucking cult death house. It's fine. Not electrolyte, but it sounds like the way you feel about your liquid death. Shit is expensive, but it's so good and actually gets you drinking water. I drink normal water all the time, but since I started, so I've been on carnivore for 2.5 months now, and it was fine, but since I started doing the muscle stuff, because previously it was just the diet, but now I started adding muscle stuff the last few weeks, that's when I started noticing just the random twitching, and then it kind of came to a head last week, and I'm like, I just don't have enough potassium in my system. And so I'm making sure to have some of that every day. But yeah, the element variety packs are like $30. It's like for 20 of them, it's like, oh, it's so expensive, but you know, what are you gonna do? Perfect spot. Yeah, I was also thinking if it wasn't there, it was gonna be Butcher Creek. That was my first thought when he moved from Saint Denis, was Butcher Creek, but they put him out into Tall Trees for the Skinner storyline. You like your liquid death because it gives a sort of soda vibe without being soda. Yeah, I've had the liquid death canned water, but I'm intolerant to carbonation, so I haven't actually had any of the other stuff. The canned water just tastes like water in a can, so. We're doing some of Ox's personal story, Rex's personal story. See, even I do it. A week and a half later, I still call him Ox. Oh, sorry, Horse. Sorry, Atlas. Where are we going? Let's go around the backside. We found out that Jimmy's been in Tumbleweed. He went down to the river. We didn't find anything on the section of the river that we searched, but what I was going to do was go look at the olds. What is with all the cactus here? Jeez. Snake? Okay. Oh! Atlas, I'm sorry I put you through cactus. That hurt. You're a soda fiend and you need to cut back. Where you go, Atlas? Can't even fucking see him. I would whistle for him, but I'm just gonna pull him into cactus if I do. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. He said, I'm not going through more cactus. I know it was probably a snake, but I'm RPing that he didn't want to go through more cactus. Shit, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. Single can of Dr. Pepper's 150 calories, 55 milligrams of sodium, 39 sugars. See, the sugars is really what's my problem, and I'm so glad I've cut them out. I feel so much better without them in my life right now. I'm sorry, Atlas. Okay, we get you all shiny up again. I'll be sure not to go to cactus. You don't like cactus, I understand. We miss all of it, okay? It's like, oh, my spleen! Falling off a horse like that. You're a soda fiend too, Nopa? You managed to go like a week where you had a single can of soda when you're having a meal and that was it, but it doesn't last. The interesting thing about sugar is once you cut it out, when you have it again, it's almost like too sugary, you know? If that makes sense. Like, when I first started the carnivore diet, the first week, I didn't have any sugar, and then I realized some of the bacon that I bought had sugar in it when my parents visited, like my second week of carnivore. And I tasted the sugar more than anything in that bacon. I was like, holy shit. And I looked at the package and it was cane sugar they added to the bacon. And so there's only a couple brands that don't even add sugar to bacon right now. And of course they're the fucking expensive ones, but I find that the money on the carnivore diet actually balances out pretty well. I am buying like meat and eggs and stuff, which are expensive, but I'm not buying all the other shit. So it really balances out. All right, so this is kind of where I wanted to check for any signs of Casey, but we kind of got sidetracked last night because we ran into possibly one of the Kelly gang up on the top of that hill before reboot. And so I just kind of ran and headed back, and I wanted to find Law to let them know. And just cleared 8 empty cans of Dr. Pepper, not all from one day from your desk. Last time I was here was when we saw Amos across the river. So we just gotta be a little careful. Looks like the dust blew away all the wagon tracks and the hoof prints from last week. Caffeine free usually though, but the sugar is still bad. There's so many added sugars. You know, when they did that fat-free thing in the late 90s, it really fucked over the entire food industry. And I remember it distinctly. Everyone's like, oh, you get fat with fat. And everyone in the 80s, mostly everyone in the 80s was fucking skinny. Look at all the old 80s TV shows. Everyone was all skinny and stuff. And then they had the, no, all fats are bad fats. And they weren't. Your body burns glucose before it burns fat. So you add that shit in there and your blood sugar spikes. Burns what it can and lowers. And then the excess calories are stored as fat. It turns into fat. And that's when you put on the pounds. It's just kind of crazy how, you know, how it all turned out, historically speaking. And it's not any better now, you know, with all the additives and shit in all of the foods. It's not any better now. I feel so much better now that I'm not eating a whole bunch of shit, but how many years did I put my body through torture just by even trying to eat healthy? Even like regular lunch meat has added sugars in it and stuff, you know? It's like, why are you adding sugars to lunch meat? Oh no, cactus. I know. He saw it. He's like, you're not taking me that way. You heard him. That's going to be a fun little RP thing that Atlas does not like cactus at all. You find that you personally need a little bit of sweetness. You can't do soda water, which is why Liquid's Death sparkling water is just sweet enough without being as sweet as normal soda. Yeah, that makes sense. I used to get hint water all the time, but that started getting expensive too. When I was trying to, a couple of years ago, when I was trying to lose some weight then too, as I was like, the hint water was pretty decent. You learn more new things about food all the time. Yeah. So we spotted Amos right over there. We ran down here looking for signs because we had missed we'd slept through the fight night crossing. And so we were looking for signs along here. And then I was running around hectically, and then we looked across. Looks like everything got cleaned up. We were looking across, and there he was, smoking his fucking cigar, smile on his face, staring at me, yelling and freaking out across at him. Tried to run Horse over there. Horse turned back at the white foam over there because mechanically speaking, you can't actually cross, but it was kind of perfect that the water was really deep right there and stuff, so. And this is where I saw him. This is where I actually saw him and had my little freak out. Across the river on the sandbar, the remnants of an abandoned campfire are visible. There's a turkey vulture. A flicker of another campfire across and further down the river catches your eye. Don't see. Something over there. So McCormick thinks it's not Baker because Baker would have just shot me, apparently. Then again, it was 30 minutes before and after reboot that we ran into him, which means no criminal activity, so I just have a feeling it's Arlo's son. I don't think it's Baker. I think Baker and Bobcat are just fucking gone. That's what I think. Like I said, on my lunch break, I ran around and looked at their known hideouts and got some steps on Atlas. And in the yellow house, there was like a picture of Quail and like an old bounty paper with his face on it. And then there was like some cigar boxes for Liam. So I told the law, just in case they want to keep an eye on that place, there may be some other effects in the yellow house over in Van Horn. Then we went up to the we went up to the ranch behind the stable homestead behind Window Rock, and did not see anything except for the same scenes for Lewis, the escaped convict. You need to get a workout routine and maybe look into a simple diet or at least a dietary change. Even if it's just making more meals instead of eating out. Yeah, I mean, that can always be healthy. Sometimes eating out is very convenient, but I haven't had like any outside meals since basically December, I think. I think I did some Dairy Queen or something. I got a Blizzard or something at one point, and sometime in December. There's a campfire over here somewhere. If he's up there, there's no way he's coming down for me if he sees me. I think we're alright down here. You eat out way too often. Sometimes it's easy, convenient, and I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but sometimes it is. Cheaper than a fucking $20 ribeye, I'll tell you that much. Oh. Just beyond the island to the south, along the far shore, a campfire is visible. Amos is moving. Moved down after he saw me. I think we can get to this island. It acts like you can't hear for a bit, but then you can. Both health-wise and for your wallet, you need to stop. I know, I know. DoorDash is so easy, though. Alright, well, let's check this island, see if there's any scenes indicating something further across here. God damn, Atlas looks good when he's all shiny like this. It's a nice little secret island, because it does seem like when you cross, it seems like it slows down the swimming there for a bit, but it's not like the whitewater over here where you can't cross. So this would be a nice little secret island for someone to stay on if they wanted to. Dinner, your salmon stuff. What do we have here? A campfire and a nicer looking tent are visible across the river to the south, between the shore and the first ridgeline. First ridgeline, second ridgeline. So somewhere over there, there's a campfire and a nice tent. Amos. You over there, Amos. We're gonna look around this island. See if there's any good hiding spots here. In case we want to camp out and do a stakeout. Cliff would probably be better, as always, but now I'm worried about that cliff because a possible Kelly is up there, so the island may be actually better. God, it's just so bare, though. There's not really any good hiding spots besides going away from visibility, you know, over this edge here, maybe. Camp out behind here. Maybe if I do a stakeout, I can do it down here. Because the camp was more that way than this way. Protected enough so they wouldn't be able to see me. I still worry about whoever's up on that hill though for now. Until Law can confirm if it's Arlo's son or Baker. Then I definitely worry about that hill. But some dude camping out on an island? I don't know. I don't think they'd come down for me. And if it was the guy from last night, he didn't seem aggressive in town. Then again, Jason was there. And if you recall, I left town saying I'm going to go hunting, and he left town soon after. He could have been trying to follow me. I don't know. There's not really many good places on this island to hide out. Maybe over here on the shore would be better, because I could tuck in over here. I'd be blocked from there, and then this island would block the view for Amos, and then I can just sneak over and stake out during the night. There's plenty of bushes around to hide in over here. It's just I don't want to sleep visibly, you know? There aren't bears. There's definitely no bears here tonight. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's like it's that pull between safety and personal quest, but Rex is pretty single-minded, mission driven. Whatever he's focusing on at the time, he goes hard with it. So now that he knows that there's a camp over there, possibly Amos's, he might come back and stake it out a little bit. We need to still look for signs of Casey though, because if Casey's roaming around on our side, we got to keep an eye out for him. Especially since Amos knows and seems to have paid Casey for the last fight night setup. Let's continue down the river. We'll look for any more signs of Casey since we know he's been kind of trolling up and down the rivers. Maybe does a little shooting, fishing. But I think he does that when he's out of money. He only seemed to do that at the end of the last story beat, you know? But I mean, I'd be open for signs of anything else too, and anything I could report back and help. Come on, you stuck? There we go. So let's just look for any scenes along the shore, any camps, any indication of fishing with pistols. That way we know he might be in the area. We just know he got into a fight at a poker game yesterday or the day before in Tumbleweed. That's all we really know. He has a new horse. We know that. He got his tack from the stables. We know that. And then they said he had led a town south. I mean, we don't know much else. Could do a little pig hunting while we're here. Get some meat and skins. You know, I'm starting to think, because those were not perfect shots, I'm starting to think that maybe they did adjust the rifle damage a little bit. Where was the first one? I thought it was right here. Oh, there it is. Maybe they did. Because those... I don't think I've Maybe I have single killed boars with the Springfield. It could be that these are the collared peccaries too, so instead of wild boar, the wild boar might be a little tougher than these guys. That's a possibility, I guess. These are just wild pigs, not wild boar. Maybe that's why. Because I can sell pelts in Tumbleweed, too. Dinner was tasty? That's good. Oh, my realtor sent me more houses to look at. And my mom texted me. Man, busy night for me socially. Yeah, so there's only like 2 houses of the current list this week that I want to see, but usually what happens is Wednesday through Friday, people put a whole bunch of houses on the market to set up for open house weekends, you know, and so she just sent me a whole bunch more. I haven't really looked today to see what's out there, but I knew there was one more pig. So that way, if I do go over there again this weekend, we'll have more than just 2 to look at. It feels like a wasted trip if it's just 2 maybes, you know? But I've been slowly getting a feel for the area when I go over as well. A little bit more. Kind of honing in on what I like and kind of where I want to be. But everything I've seen so far has had some trade-offs. There's not been a perfect house yet. There were 2 last weekend that I thought were pretty good, but there were trade-offs. One of them was in a kind of a cramped neighborhood and no private backyard. I was looking at like 10 different houses through the backyard, and there were no mature trees or anything because it was a newer neighborhood. And then the other one was pretty private. It was really tiny backyard, like just like 10 feet until the retaining wall. And then there was maybe some drainage issue in the front that it seemed like I would probably have to put some repairs into, even though it was a newer house. And I'm going to be basically at the top of my budget. I basically want to buy a house, move over there, figure out work stuff, and then sell my old house, and then just be completely paid off and not have to do with a mortgage. Then I can start thinking about early retirement a little bit. But anyway, just me blabbing. Just me blabbing. Oh, the other thing about that area is, I don't know if you all remember me talking about Ziply Fiber. Well, most of like the Vancouver area is all Comcast, which also is more like Spectrum in the sense of not the best upload speeds. They do have like 1,000 down, 300 up, but they also have data caps, and you got to pay an extra like 20-30 bucks a month just to have a no data cap, which is really annoying. And so then I'm starting to think, well, maybe I do want to get out of town a little bit so I can get the Ziply Fiber, because they're in kind of the more rural areas outside of Vancouver. I say rural, it's still basically suburbs until you get too far out. But it's like just another thing that it's like, do I want to Do I want to cope, you know? Do I want to, it's kind of a nice secluded area that no one could really get you unless they were right there shooting down at you. It's one of those things where it's like, there's so many trade-offs, and I haven't found places without trade-offs that have really made me want to go, yes, I want to put in an offer. So we're kind of not there yet, I don't think. We like blabbing here. Someone has to do it. Yeah. I mean, I like to just chat about stuff on my stream and update you all with where I am for those who are curious. Comcast do be annoying like that. You have Comcast, you pay extra for the unlimited. Yeah, what's your download and upload speeds? I know that some places they do have their cable version of simulcast symmetrical, but most of the spots that I was seeing when I popped in a couple addresses, it was basically the maximum was 300 up, which is still, you know, like 20 times better than what I currently have at 20 up, but I was hoping to get, you know, 1,000 down, 1,000 up to start, because I've been doing a lot of, you know, YouTube uploads, and what I eventually want to do here is replace all the lower quality stream downloads that I've uploaded with actual recording, since I've started doing recording at the same time as I've streamed, and that's better quality. So, you know, I have a bunch of those archived, but it's going to take me a fucking year to do it with my upload speed. So, I don't know. Been thinking about that a little bit too. Like, future of, you know, how much content I'm going to be putting out and stuff in the future too. For fun and because we're talking Comcast, you checked your internet speed right now. You have 146 down, 39 up. Ooh, that's actually not that great. Still better upload speed than mine, though. Are you on, are you doing Wi-Fi right now? Wi-Fi is always just a little bit less than physically plugged in. You know what, dear? You're kind of cruising for a bruising here. Oh, you're gone. Okay. Your PC is wired. Huh. Seems just a little slow on the download, but I don't know what plan you have, obviously, but seems a little slow on the download. Hydrate? I will do that. To be fair, you don't know your plan either, since you're not the one who owns the house or pays the bills. It gets you for what you need to do. You have enough upload speed to stream just fine. I've never seen your stream buffer like mine has. Level 2 bonding. Woohoo! So yeah, bonding is separated from health and stamina, and I didn't actually realize that until they kind of did the horse trainer stuff and told us about that. Yeah, so streaming is all about the upload speed. I mean, obviously, you still have to have a download speed to connect to online games and stuff, but streaming is all about the upload speed and what your bitrate set is for upload. and if your internet can maintain it. I did notice down that we had some drop frames at some point tonight, very briefly, but that's just Spectrum doing its bullshit. Like, I even rebooted the modem today, and we still had some drop frames. I mean, it's possible we get that on any provider. Come here, Atlas. Where you go? You go look at fish? Still got things to do. Don't wander off, okay? Or your fucking power goes out and it takes 2 months to fix, yeah. You got curious and speed tested on your PS5 and you have 153 down, 11.2 up. And I think the PS5 modem is actually limited. It is the gate factor with that. I think they put in whatever is the bare minimum to play online with the PS5. So even if your actual paid for speeds are higher, your PS5 may be a little more limiting. Or your power. Oh, I read that wrong. Your power goes out when we were doing It Takes Two. Yeah. I think that fish. Oh no. Okay. I was like, free fish. But he ran off. Do you notice when your net goes down, most often it's around 2 to 3 a.m.? Sometimes they do push software updates in the middle of the night. Technicians, I guarantee you, the hardware technicians aren't working in the middle of the night. They don't have 24/7 service. But software folks like to push updates on their own without hardware support being around. They usually do it on Fridays too, like right before the weekend when everybody goes home. You can get up to 500 down, it says. Okay, yeah. So that might, like I said, the PS5 might be your gating factor. But if you were hardwired directly into the modem or whatever, you'd probably get around 500. It doesn't affect most people. Yeah, and that's why I've always complained about upload speeds. These companies thought, they don't need very much upload speed. You know, early days of internet, originally Charter was worried that people were running servers out of their houses using their bandwidth, and so they dropped it down to like 10, 15 at the time. It used to be the same up and down basically. A long time ago. Like I remember visiting my parents' house, my mom and stepdad's house back college days, mid 2000s, and they were like 400 up, 400 down, and I was like playing EverQuest or whatever at the time, and I was like, holy shit, look how fast I loaded this zone and stuff. But then my stepdad complained about it because he was a computer guru, and he started saying, yeah, they called us up and said they don't like people running, or like he called them up after they limited it, and they said they don't like people running servers from their basements and stuff, and then they made the business decision that since most folks don't need upload speed, and they won't even notice, that they're just gonna keep it low. It saves them money over time, and it saves them hardware costs and such. But the problem now is there are so many content creators out there now who are always uploading and stuff, and games where you do have to continually connect with the server, more of the live games, the more of the multiplayer games, you know, companies just never really caught up Unless you're on like fiber or something. No one really caught back up technology-wise. On your Wi-Fi and your iPad, you have 306 down and 11.3 up. So I'm guessing 10 to 12 is your upload levels, and then, you know, like you said, up to 500 with everything else. Wi-Fi is always a little bit slower. I guess I don't need to check out here at the scratching post. I think I will, though. I think we did a little yesterday, but I'm going to anyway. The hell was that? Creature hitting a box? Anyone in this place? This is where we, in fact, saw the, oops. We saw the Navy revolver that August was working on for Mabel. I don't think we get much for armadillos. I might as well get the skunk while I'm here. I don't think we get anything for armadillos. I think they're still on the list of... we don't get shit for them. We get at least a little for skunks. But turkeys or rabbits are still the best for critters. But yeah, the average internet user streams, which is all download, with a sip of upload just to make sure you're connected and are allowed to log into the streaming servers. Email, which is all TCP download, and internet, which is mostly just download, occasional upload. So the most common users, and that's how they... Is that a wolf? I gotta be careful if that's a wolf. That is, in fact, a wolf. A couple of them. Just kind of looking at me. Where's your buddy? I think this is a 3-star deer, which would be about the same as the 3-star wolf on the back here. I think they're both about $9. So we'll just skin these. We can come back for their bodies if we need to, since they're right here. But yeah, the most common user these days is streaming, emailing, web browsing. But there is a rising population of gamers, content creators, etc., which need better internet upload speeds. And some companies realize that and some don't. But I despise the idea of data caps as well. So I don't know if I would ever want to get into any sort of thing with Comcast, but if I have to, if I find the perfect house, then it's gonna have to be Comcast. And I'll just pay them for the unlimited, and 300 is still better than 20, obviously, but anyway. Ouch. All right, any more critters around? Let's look for, let's head into Tumbleweed and look for maybe... They don't give much, but I guess I don't have anything else. There might be a rabbit around that I can trade one of these out for, but I think the armadillos are bugged. I think the raccoons give us a little. Oh, there is a rabbit over there. Let's go get the rabbit. Kill the rabbit. Killed a wabbit. Killed a wabbit. Killed a wabbit. Oh. The other horse's head made me think that there was a saddle on the one on the left. And I was like, is somebody out here? Gotta be cautious. You never know. Alright, if we see another rabbit or turkey on the way, we'll swap out the skunk for them, but for now we'll just head... We'll head in. To Armadillo. Or no, it's a tumbleweed. Oh, I think that is a rabbit, in fact. Couple of them. Come on. Skunk. There we go. God, look at that sunrise. Look how purple and shiny that is. There's a painted horse over there. I don't know if you can wrangle wild horses and keep them for yourselves on this server. I have no idea. Deer and a couple rabbits. That's usually the best haul for me. Those guys just sitting there smoking. It's breakfast. Well, you know I would have streamed today anyway. You do appreciate the distraction. You've needed it today? Sorry to hear that. I'm glad to help. I'm glad to have so far a mostly relaxing stream, knock on wood. But, some days are needed. I mean, we just heard Clem died last night, which is really sad. But then we, you know, followed up with good news of a couple of the gang that killed her is also dead. That story is maybe not over, but it feels like it's coming to a close. Which means we can kind of focus back on our story. And... well, I'm not waiting around here for 2 in-game hours. We're going to continue back and we'll get some critters along the way. But I am here if you need anything, Fear. You know that. Vent, yell, and holler all you want. I did say yesterday that I would probably talk a little bit about my report. Speaking of venting, they took care of it. So thank you to the staff for listening and moving forward with fixing issues and changes that I feel were needed. And sometimes staff on servers circle the wagons and there's no, it's all defense mode, you know, but it didn't feel like that at all with my report. So I was very happy. That snake is there. Snakes are a good couple bucks. So yes, my report was resolved. So I'd like to see where you know, the next few days leads us here on the server. Simple version is your mom took your grandma to the hospital. Yeah, I remember she's been kind of sick. Hospital would be the best, get care. Most recent update is they're waiting for a room, but she's tested positive for flu A and has some minor pneumonia. Ugh. Flu and pneumonia together is... Sorry to hear that. I hope she gets well soon. Doesn't look like he has anything to say this time around. Oh, hi, dog. You want some meat? Stranger. Not like the dog in Rhodes who runs up to me demanding meat every time he sees me. Especially when we're mid to late 80s. You think she's 86, you don't remember. Yeah, once they get to a certain age, even I don't even remember half what my parents' actual ages are. I think my dad just turned 70. Yeah, he had me when he was 28, so yeah, he just turned 70. Because I'm 42. These days, I'm at the point where age is just a number, but, you know. In 20 years, I'm going to start caring about that number, I'm sure. I definitely feel mentally a little bit younger because I was in kind of a stasis holding pattern there for a while. Waiting for my ex-girlfriend to get healthy and stuff and didn't really progress in life or anything. So I feel like I'm a little bit younger than I actually am, but my body doesn't think so. So she's like, it's fine. It's fine. But I do hope you get some good news tonight and they get her all stabilized and get those meds pumping and... Gosh, we really haven't seen any... We've got a long way back to Blackwater anyway, but it's like we haven't really seen any critters that are not lizards, and those haven't been selling, so... There is a rabbit. Pheasant. Those will work for critters. Wait a second, rabbit! There we go. Wait! Okay, there's too many freaking rabbits. I was aiming for the wrong ones. You think you're the same way? You're 30, but you feel younger due to life and it's events that made you feel like you missed a lot of your teen and young 20s years. Yeah, I definitely feel like I missed a good deal of my 20s. Oh, I forgot I had the snake. That's fine. Let's go get the rabbit meat. I shot the rabbit twice, so probably won't be as good for selling. Life forcing you to grow up and now you just want to try to experience the younger years. Yeah, that's harder. I was never one for doing the partying thing. You know, a lot of people in their 20s do the partying, the clubbing and stuff. I prefer to just be at home, but oh, I guess don't need that. But I do feel like I missed a little bit. I often came home instead of going to after theater events and stuff like that. I was, you know, instead of, you know, gaming as much, playing MMOs as much, I was not doing that as much as I would have liked to. And, you know, you all saw I've been kind of behind on good story-driven games and stuff too. Games that I've never played that have been out for 10, 15 years. And sometimes life comes at you fast, you know? Nothing you can do about it. Besides, do your best and try to push through. You lost your dad at 12 years old? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. 3 days before your birthday. And from there it was like, go, 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 don't look back. Yeah. From then on, you've been having to grow up and... I feel you, Mir. I do. Like, I appreciate my parents raising me in a safe environment. But at the same time, they didn't teach me about life. And so a lot of that is self-taught. And school does a horrible job teaching you about life. They teach you about how to pass tests. You know, we've talked about this before on stream, but I still am a little bitter about some things. It's like, this would have been so easy for you to teach me, and they didn't do it. Like, I'm kind of like, in my mind right now, a forever single. But if in the future something happens and someone surprises me or whatever, and we eventually do have kids later in life or whatever, dude, I'm gonna teach the shit out of my kids about life in the world. I mean, not like I want to bring kids into this world, but, you know. I tried to do a little bit with my nephews, but they're so influenced by my sister and brother-in-law that, you know, I'm just the uncle, so. But the lack of preparedness of people going into the world or being forced to go into the world without being prepared is just beyond crazy. You find now you have lots of friends and couldn't be happier. Sometimes you feel like you missed out on a stable family and such. Yeah, that's where I feel I personally was a little lucky. I did have a pretty stable childhood, and I mean, my parents got divorced, but after we got through that, you know, I didn't have to worry about what a lot of people have worried about. I mean, they did grow us up in a religious household, and I'm an atheist now, and it took me a while to get past all of that as well, but you know, I still am a little bitter about being self-taught a lot of the simple things of learning the world. It's like, you could have prepared me more. Especially with like financial stuff. It's like, how did you not, you know, I don't know. We're gonna get a joint checking account, and here's how you balance a checkbook and write checks. Okay. Not about responsibility with money, not about saving, not about anything like that. Not about how to pay bills, not about mortgages, not about any sort of retirement investments. Not about how credit cards and credit scores can impact you so heavily. You've been in a weird holding pattern due to still being in school. Like, you don't feel like you're 30. You have no clue what you're doing, so you just stumble forward. Yeah, sometimes days feel like that. That's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, life sometimes feels like that, not just days, you know? I'm gonna shoot this one in the foot, and just to test that theory. No shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think the damage is... I think something with the rifles. Maybe when they added shotguns to the game, and they messed with the damage tables for the shotgun specifically, because people always in PvP just push with shotguns and just blast. You know, it's... You push up on someone with a pistol and you're gonna win that fight because you got a fucking shotgun. So I think they adjusted some damage with that, and then maybe affected the rifle shot. Because I literally just shot that elk in the foot and it died. Your parents were also divorced. Your father was very Christian, but now you're like, Apollo and all of them seem cool. Your mother hardly taught you anything. Alright, I need a creature for the back of the horse here as we get back into town. Oh, there's a deer. That'll work. So we can get him before he gets in the lake here. Yeah, come back this way. Come on back, buddy. Fish in a barrel here. You wonder if you ever get to the point where it's like... Oh, come on. Skin him. There we go. You get to the point where it's like, is this hunting a little too easy? Am I being a little too aggressive with these animals? But I've seen people be a lot worse than me, for sure, when it comes to not hunting. I call it butchering, so I guess I'm not too bad. But Rex does it for the meat anyway. And now he's doing it for the meat and the money. You learned a lot from your friends, books, movies, and video games mostly. Yeah. I have learned a lot about my emotions from books and movies, for damn sure. Why am I feeling this way, you know? Oh, because it reminds me of this, this, and this. Or I'm really connected to this character. Or... why am I bawling my eyes out, you know? Because it makes me think of this. And something I personally went through. And it's cathartic sometimes. But I read a lot of fiction. And so I love a lot of fantasy genre. I'm reading one right now called Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. And he's one of my favorite authors. He's kind of under the radar author, but I think people are finally starting to see how great of an author he is. I read his first 2 series and absolutely loved them. Ate them right up when they came out. And then this one came out a couple years ago when I was really busy with work and wasn't reading too much and was catching up on shows after the breakup with the ex. And so now I'm finally catching up on the books as well. You grew up in a Christian household. Your dad turned to Buddhism in your teenage years. Your parents separated when you were 16 and it was hard for you. You definitely harbor some resentment from it and before it. You yourself followed Christianity around that time, and while you believe there's something out there, you don't vibe with Christianity. Yeah, I'm more in the sense of there's no proof. that is not a circular argument. So at this point, I'm totally atheist. I don't know if something's out there or not, and honestly, I don't really care. I would think if there was something out there, they'd be able to prove it, you know? That's kind of where my brain is right now. You think you have that one on your Barnes & Noble wish list? It's pretty good. It's very northern Norse themed. Very Norse themed. His first series, The Faithful and the Fallen, was very like, it felt very ancient, like a shield wall was the pinnacle of technology, you know, in this series. It was very very ancient, demons versus angels, but also at the same time other stuff. I think that was an NPC. His second series was after that one in the same world, which was a little bit more down to earth, following just a few characters, but it was still affected by that same world and that same first series. But the first one was pretty epic. And then this one is a complete change, a completely different setting, and it was very Norse, but also very like their gods are dead, and there's like dragons and giant serpents and giant hawks and stuff like that. But they're all dead, and like some people live in the towns made out of the dragon's burrowed skull and stuff like that. But it's a very, I'm over halfway through the first book, and I'm like, this guy is definitely one of my favorite authors for sure. You have to check it out eventually. Yeah, I think the trilogy is done, so feel free to just read it without any spoilers at this point, or without any waiting. I've found that I prefer now waiting until series are over, but then I also like to buy the books first edition, and so it's like, I think this one will be good, I'm gonna buy it, but I'll read it later, you know? No coat. My coat's bugged. I'm bugged. My shirt's... Everything's bugged. All my outfits are bugged. Okay, we got a coat here. This is the old original ox. There we go. Okay. It was just a little buggy. You have a long TBR list. You're currently reading Relentless Legion by J.S. Dews. I don't think I've read that one. Does not sound familiar. You want to get back into reading? School has ruined your ability to just read for fun. Yeah, I listen to audiobooks lately. When I'm home and looking at screens, it's usually shows these days rather than anything else. So I'm McCormick walking over there. I'm all about audiobooks lately. Lets me listen to it while I drive and stuff, or when I'm out walking and stuff like that, you know. All right, we'll go sell some pelts. Let me put some money in the bank first. Oh, it's Jason. Oh, hi there.
What are you getting ready to get up to? Or did you just wake up?
Oh no, I've been riding around and hunting and stuffs. August wife Mabel trimmed Atlas hair here. You see, it's all spiky now. He looked like big warrior now.
See that?
Was getting in his eyes, I noticed, so... was just out in desert. He does not like cactus, so I have to remember not to get close to cactus.
Now, let's be fair. No one other than August likes cactus.
Maybe. You're probably right. He liked desert too much, I think. Not too bad out there, but gets warm.
Well, we all have places we like to be.
How are things around here?
I haven't seen a soul since I woke up.
Oh, okay. I think I saw McCormack walking around, but there was some law here earlier, and Zio and Snow were around. We all went out riding to stretch horses' legs because a lot of us have new horses. Want to get their stamina up, you know?
I understand that. Get him used to running.
I run around lots, so it's good to make sure he can run far.
It's kind of what I was doing last night.
It's the third book in a series, a lot like Mass Effect. The author is a Mass Effect fan, and book is dedicated to
Running around
Gears.
doing
Nice.
goals, doing fun.
I guess better than doctor office full of hurt people.
I will take the piece of hunting over an office full of injured people anyway.
Other books you have in your TBR, some fantasy and some
Thinking
rom-com.
about riding up to Valentine because there's supposed to be a med student up there.
Kind of went up by there today. Not much going on, but good to know. We did see lots of folks in Heartlands today when we were riding around.
In the Heartlands?
Riding between Valentown and Rhodes area, I guess. I don't know. Saw lots of people. Well, Law and then a couple others riding back and forth. I think they avoid us because we had like 4 or 5 people. Maybe thought we were gang or something.
I mean, it's generally, you can't get in trouble if you avoid other people, right?
Didn't you just treat someone for cougar bite yesterday?
Yeah, but that doesn't count because the cougar bit didn't help.
Oh, okay. I find trouble with people or without people.
You know that's
You've got some Salvador Forgotten Realms books. I never really got into those, but then again, I wasn't really into D&D when I started reading. Well, I think if you go to Valentine, I go to Manzanita, sell some skins. I save up some money.
just check. I was going to say I've got a few you can take with you, but apparently I made that run last night while I was exhausted.
It's okay, I got lots. Saddlebags full, pockets full.
Have you seen Miss Winnie around?
No, not since fight on Saturday. I think Saturday? I'm trying to remember days. Lots of days ago.
Yeah, I keep leaving stuff at her store for her and I'm just seeing it pile up.
Have not seen Dorian either. Maybe... Dorian got shot same night I got shot, so maybe they resting.
Hopefully. It's rare anyone takes that don't get in trouble, I've just put bullets out of you advice to heart. Also, looks like you were right about it.
Hello. Dang.
need some water. Sorry, did not hear. What?
I'll most likely be back in a bit. I assume that my ride up to Valentine will be fruitless as usual.
Okay, be safe. See you if I see you.
You be safe too, Rex.
I mean, if you all are into fantasy, I've got a long list of stuff, if you haven't read it, that I can highly recommend. Robin Hobb is one of my favorite authors. Michael J. Sullivan is one of my favorite authors. Obviously, I just talked about John Gwynne.
Wow. You overshot a little bit there. That's okay.
Pierce Brown, if you like sci-fi, he did a series called Red Rising, and there's one more book left. But it's space sci-fi. It's more like Roman space sci-fi. It's weird, but it's good. Trying to think of any other really good ones. There's a series out by a lesser-known author named Sebastian de Castell, and it's very musketeer-y, swashbuckly. It's called the Greatcoat series, where like they wear these specifically tethered long leather coats that have like armor built into them and pockets by like a tailor who is specific to this order. It's very like Jedi-like, but also musketeer-like. It was a very interesting series. A little bit of magical elements to it. Gosh, what else have I read? That I have so many books. I'm just trying to think of the ones that stand out the most. I have a whole spreadsheet of it to kind of track my first editions and stuff. I don't know, but there's so many good authors. So if you really want some picks, I can give them to you. I mean, you know, everybody's to be read list is gigantic, but if you want emotions, go for Robin Hobb. If you want world building, go for Brandon Sanderson. If you want a lot of in between, John. What? You okay? John Gwynne is really good. And then if you want something that's fantasy but also written in a more modern tone, Michael J. Sullivan's really good. Those are probably my handful of favorite authors. If I was to mention top shelf stuff. Oh, he's coming. And he's not coming anymore. That was a nice headshot. It's okay, or I mean, Atlas. Gosh, it's gonna take me a little bit. Just gonna try to get a couple wabbits on the way out as well. Ooh, 3-star cougar. That'll be 15, or is it just 9? 15 was the old server. But I much prefer suspending disbelief when I read. I've read some nonfiction stuff, and I've read some modern day fiction, and it's just like, I kind of live this world right now. So, except for like the Da Vinci Code books, I've liked a good deal of those. The Dan Brown books. There's a couple authors. The Jack Reacher author. I've read a couple of the Jack Reacher books, which were pretty decent. But most modern day stuff, I much prefer watching shows or movies for that sort of thing. But I had such a long, gigantic list of haven't watched stuff. Because it was always, oh, but that's our show, or I want to watch that too, and then it never came about with the X, and so I had such a long list that I started catching up on shows rather than books, and the books kind of fell to the wayside because the shows are often easier for me to consume, a little bit more engaging. Animal disappeared. And I can. I don't have to be constantly watching the screen. Some of them can be background shows and stuff like that. So it's much easier for me in my current life to just watch shows. Like some kind of background shows I can even watch while I'm working and stuff. Are these turkeys? Oh no, they're pheasants. I was hoping to get a couple more rabbits on the way to Manzanita here. Or a couple turkeys would do me good too. Rabbits would be good because I'm going to the Skin Man here. Yeah, not seeing too much. You're a fantasy person through and through, but there's like a very specific subset and you don't know how to explain the fantasy setting I love the most. Well, name a book and we can maybe narrow it down. That's a rock. Turkey. Don't get skins from them, but I usually get more money from them. My voice is getting tired. We might just stop at reboot tonight, y'all. Kind of did what we needed to do. We found the person related to cages. I don't know why I got on the horse. I pressed E instead of R, apparently. They're right next to each other, man. Give me a break. We went out to the desert and know that there's a tent across the way. And a campfire. A nicer tent. Probably Amos. Now we just need to start making some monies so we can blow up the last few cages. And it sounds like August is trying to get some sort of cleanup RP going, but he doesn't. I don't think he realizes there's like fucking 8 camps in there, man. I've been doing my cleanup for weeks, as you all have seen. Anyway. Thank you for the hydrate. I like sci-fi if it's either one really grounded or feels more like Star Wars-y fantasy. I'm not a I don't know, like there's a sci-fi author named Ben Bova who is very realistic. It doesn't have to be these big epic things that happen, but it's very realistic sci-fi. You like modern fantasy, but you're really picky about it. Did you read that that web novel? Kind of like a superhero modern fantasy web novel that the author, she did a really good job with it. I couldn't stay caught up, but it was really well written, and she released, like, for the last 10 years or something, just started releasing chapters online. Gosh, what was it called? Worm? Was it called Worm? Very popular. But when you said modern fantasy, it kind of reminded me of that. As far as sci-fi, you've always preferred sci-fi that leans more fantastical, give you space magic, not here's pure science but with aliens and robots. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I do prefer the fantasy sci-fi. You would probably like Red Rising. It's more fantasy sci-fi, but it doesn't really have a magic system. It's more technologically based. But it's different because it's like a class system where people are born or bred as a certain color, gold, silver, gray, pink, red, etc., and that leads them into what their lot in life is. It's a very interesting concept, and has a little bit of military strategy involved too, but also kind of fantasy elements in the sense of the dramatics of it compared to typical purist sci-fi. Back when you were reading more, you were reading the Mortal Instruments series and enjoyed it despite its flaws, even if you couldn't go back and reread them now. Yeah, there are some series that I go back and am like, huh, this maybe is not as good as I thought it was. Also, there's something to be said about reading aloud versus reading. Like, I used to read books aloud to my ex when she was sick, and it seems like things are a little slower, and so it gives you a little bit more time to absorb. But then when I go back and read the series again, I'm like, oh, we're already over here. Oh, we're already over here. Wow, that was really fast. I don't remember that, you know, and it was very, like, not as long and drawn out as I thought. It's kind of funny, but anyway. There was a YA novel you read and you were younger. There was a girl getting a tattoo that linked her to a fairy king. I don't think I know that one. I'm not too into YA novels, but I do like, you know, Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Divergent. Actually, I prefer the Divergent movie over the books. The second two movies were garbage, but the first Divergent movie I really liked. There was one YA. I think the author was Mary Lou that I enjoyed as well. I never could find really decent hardbacks of it. I think they just basically released them in trade paperbacks. I don't remember what that series was called. You liked Hunger Games until the ending? I liked the ending. I liked the entire trilogy. I loved every bit about it. That's almost a yearly reread for me. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it's fine if you didn't. I'm just saying I enjoyed the conclusion. Did you read the prequels? Well, one was just released. I finished that one up. Bawled my fucking eyes out. There was a prequel, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. They made a movie about it as well. That one was okay, but I really enjoyed this most recent release that was released last week. The Divide series, which you're reading now, is pretty cool. It's about the collapse of the universe, and a ragtag team of military exiles on the edge of the universe must stop the collapse, or at least attempt to, while battling corrupt nobles who want to replace the military with clones. Damn, this sounds like a mix of Battlestar Galactica and Star Wars. There's also a pending mass migration of alien species to the humanity colonies because they're running from the collapsing universe. Yeah, it sounds very Star Wars-y to me. Mixed with, like, Battlestar Galactica. Alright, let's put some money away, and we'll probably call it here shortly. Just kind of a more chill RP night with a couple of goals achieved. You consumed the Hunger Games in a span of a couple months in high school and was let down by the conclusion, but I'm glad I enjoyed it. You haven't yet? Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Additional lore and stuff. How much cash do I have? If you liked kind of the lore and you felt like some of the lore was missing, I think they added a lot of lore in the last couple of books. For sure. Okay, we just need 90 more monies, y'all. We're, you know, like 5 hunting trips away from that. That's not too hard. I'll probably pop on tomorrow since it's Friday after I do my workout and get lunch. Maybe I'll pop on a little bit.
I've been thinking about going back to Chicago. We should call this
I hear a horse. It's probably Jason coming back into town. Let's just go check. I just want to see. He said he'd be back soon. He probably just checked in on this recruit. I'm just going to tell him goodnight if I see him. Nope. Don't see his horse. He's got a Breton as well. Enchantment of Ravens if you like face stuff. Interesting. I read a book that was really popular, kind of like a modernized fantasy take on... it's called Cinder, like Cinderella type modern fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi take on Cinderella. And then there was a second book. It was recommended by a coworker a few years back. I liked the first one, and then I couldn't get into the second book for some reason. But I hear that the series is fairly popular now. I just couldn't get into it. Well, at least the recap will be pretty easy tonight. Not too much happened. Take a little bath here. Both of us need to get this blood off. Didn't get it all off. That's all right. One of these days, I just need to sit around and do a stakeout again and just sit around and... Sound like he got stuck on something as he was spawning in. Do a stakeout and just every 30 minutes feed the crap out of this thing until he gets full grown. Oh, hi there, Mudpatch. I see feathers in your mouth. You've been eating birds again? Yeah, you have, I see. Okay. Here, have some turkey meat. There you go. So we'll see how things are tomorrow. I know Saturday I won't be streaming because of D&D. Sunday is a maybe because of it might be a good time to take a couple days off and just do a stakeout in the desert. But I do want to do the boom stuff. If we can do the boom stuff tomorrow, I think that would be good. I think that'd be pretty good. I just got to get some more money, go get the dynamite, and arrange a time with August to go out to those 4 camps and get it done. I am happy that since Dorian did leave the server, I am happy that he and I got at least a few more moments of a brotherhood there, breaking some cages, him helping me out, and me helping him with the exorcism. I catch you, Dorian. I try catch you. Anyway, yeah, so tonight's recap is going to be pretty brief. We headed into town, ran into a couple of the law and told them about what we saw last night. Off screen, off stream, I did run over to a couple of the known locations of the Kellys and did see some scenes from them. So I also let them know about the remnants of the gang may be going and collecting some things. We don't know. They should maybe keep their eye over there. I don't know. If they're still looking for Baker and Bobcat anyway. And Arlo's son. So then we ran into Mabel. She was wearing a green shirt, so of course we had to go talk to her. Hang on. What do we got going on over here? Shit, where'd they go? I saw like 3 or 4 horses. Francisco. Don't know who that was at the back. I'm not gonna be able to see him because of all the bushes and stuff. Looked like Francisco. We'll see if they go over toward the office or not. I won't be able to see him otherwise. I don't think I'm going to go back into town after. So we introduced ourselves to Mabel. Oh shit, they are going over there. It might be Law. Get up. Francisco. Okay, it might be Levi, Francisco, and Chandler. His hat just didn't spawn in, so we're kind of seeing the long hair from Levi. Okay, it's the Law. We're good. The white one is McCormick's horse, yeah. I mean, we saw him in town anyway, so. Introduced ourselves to Mabel, kind of talked up August a little bit, you know, kind of affirmed that we're friends, and you know, she did say he's been talking about us, so it's to be expected. Then August rolls up. Law kind of popped out right around the same time talking about getting a Gatling gun for on top of their horse. I'm like, you're gonna get that fucking horse killed, aren't you? I'm like, it's not much more different than a revolver in your hand, the way he was describing it. And then I said I might want to get the horse's hair trimmed if we're going to go out and about. And so we went over to McFarland's ranch and had a little horse RP with Mabel. She trimmed up his trimmed him up a little bit. He's now, you know, younger looking, and I colored it so it's more reddish and black rather than it was kind of gray black like the hair around the hooves are, but I really like this reddish black mixing with the red color of the horse himself. So pretty happy with this horse in general until I start crashing into trees. After that, we decided to go around looking for the black market merchant because we needed 4 sticks of dynamite since Dorian hasn't been around. We need to kind of take this into our own hands since Dorian hasn't been around. Out of character, we know that he's not coming back, but in character, we don't. But yeah, since he's not around, we decided to go looking for him. We went up through, you know, Big Valley, circled around a couple of spots there, went out to the Heartlands, and I checked on Chris. Chris wasn't at his house, but we ran over to, luckily we found it pretty quick. We ran over to the spot where it was there in the Heartlands, and double checked the price. It is 50 monies per, and I need 4, so I need 200 monies, so we're getting there. After that, we kind of came back because Mabel needed to get some rest, and August logged off at the same time when we got back. Ran into a few folks along the way, kind of riding back and forth up there. It's good to know that there's a little bit of more blood in the server than you know, just some folks over here in Blackwater. Once we got back, we just kind of hightailed it out to the desert to do our personal stuff. We did find the remnants of Amos's camp across the river through the binoculars, and a flicker of a camp further downriver. We went downriver looking for any signs, and over a larger island down there, we did see some signs of it. So we crossed over to the island and then looked through our binoculars over there, and we saw kind of a fancy tent past the shore, but kind of up between the shore and the ridge line there. And a campfire, so we'll probably go and stake that out semi-soon, just to see if there's anything with him. Looked around for additional signs of Casey and did not find any. Hunted a little bit and ran back through Tumbleweed. Somewhere along the way, we ran Atlas through some cactus, and he threw us off the horse, so he didn't like that too much. So that'll be an RP thing that we can kind of add as a little bit of flavor. Came back into town. Ran into McCormick, Jason. Went and sold some skins. I mean, not much else going on tonight, but I am happy that we found the merchant. That'll be good, because that'll make it so we can complete the Cage's quest, which is on top of mainly the top of mind since he was shot up on Saturday. It's like, I'm not going to deal with him anymore. I'm going to go do my own thing. Let's go break those fucking cages. Well, I mean, we were already doing it on Saturday too, so yeah, then we kind of just roamed around a little bit, talked about some books, and here we are. Easy peasy debrief tonight. You just remember this book you read that was about vampire hunters. You don't remember a lot about specifics, but you figure out what the book was, but you just had this flash of memory, even it was vague. It was pretty cool. Vampire hunters. I was going to look at my spreadsheet here and see if there were any other major series that I highly recommend. Let's see, where's my books? There's my book spreadsheet. There's some that I would recommend, but they aren't done yet, which sucks, and sometimes they just didn't even finish the series, so I'm not going to recommend any of those. Have a lot of Robin Hobb. If you like grimmer stuff, Joe Abercrombie's pretty good. He's got like 3 different series that I liked. If you want a short series that he has, there's one called The Shattered Sea, which is interesting. It's kind of set in a fantasy future, like post-apocalyptic, but it's fantasy. No, otherwise I've kind of... Well, okay, there is one series that I thought was absolutely amazing. It's by Brian Stavley. It's called Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne, I think. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the Unhewn Throne. It had 3 books and a kind of a prequel mini book, and it was really, really good. If you want a good standalone fantasy, there is a book called Bloodsong, which is probably the best standalone fantasy I've probably ever read. by Anthony Ryan. He made 2 more books, and the 2 after that fucking sucked. So I consider his trilogy a standalone. And he's done a couple more trilogies since, but I can't read him anymore because I don't know what it was. His first book was his baby, and it was absolute perfection. But the 2 after that were just complete changes, and the writing was garbage. It's almost like he got the contract, indie published it or something with this first one, and then he was supposed to do better with the second and third, but it was just no good. Yeah, currently reading Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, but I do highly recommend his other stuff. If you want emotion and complex characters, Robin Hobb is the way to go. If you want your heart ripped out of your chest, Robin Hobb is the way to go. Anyway. If I had time, I'd reread all her books yet again. I've reread them 3 or 4 times now. They're so good. Anyway, I think we'll call it early tonight, y'all. Like I said, my voice is a bit tired. I don't know about tomorrow or the next couple of days. I know for sure Saturday I won't because of D&D, but I think in general we're letting the server settle a little bit, but tomorrow there's a good chance we'll do the dynamite. So yeah, look for me tomorrow. Look for me tomorrow at the normal time, around 5:30 to 6 Pacific, 8:30 to 9 Eastern, and we'll try to go blow up the rest of the cages. You ready for bed, Mud Patch? Kind of wet. We go cuddle in furs, okay? Come on. It wasn't even long enough time for me to stay up longer just to feed him. The recap was like 10 minutes. Ah, shit. All right. Guess I'll go look at some houses that my realtor sent me. Need to do garbage. My garbage day was yesterday. I did go out and mow the front lawn. I need to go do the back. And I need to put some seed down. A couple of spots. I did see one daffodil popping up, because daffodils are always the first ones of the season. I did see one pop up in the yard, but I've finally, I think, destroyed most of my previous owners of this house green thumb garden out back. Now I don't know if I'm going to need to re-landscape it to sell it or anything. It might be easier to just fucking clear it all out and just turn it into lawn. I don't know. Let the next owner deal with it after that. But I don't know if I'm going to sell it if the yard looks like it currently does, if I'm honest. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching tonight. I know it was a little bit slower, but I still feel like we had some good RP with some Civ folks and a little bit with the law. Glad we got part of our quest done. And yeah, I'm kind of just waiting to see if we're going to get that crowd in Blackwater again, and maybe I can bring some people out on some more adventures. If not, we're probably going to have to orchestrate a bit more and push Ox's story a bit more, Rex's story a bit more, or we'll have to change it up. We'll see what happens. But thanks again, and I hope everybody has a good night. Be sure to get your rest. Be sure to eat and stay hydrated. And we'll catch you tomorrow around the normal time. Night, everybody.